call to the member for Dawson.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I rise today to speak about Remembrance Day. And I do understand that it was a couple of weeks ago. But this has been my first opportunity to speak about this very important day, and for me it's right up there with Anzac Day and Australia Day, and days that should be preserved forever. And I was very fortunate this year to be in my hometown of Bowen, which is located slap bang in the middle of my electorate of Dawson, and I was asked to say a few words and lay a wreath on behalf of the federal government and also on behalf of our community. And I was joined by veterans, current serving defence personnel, war widows, legatees, NASHOs, emergency service personnel, police, fire, ambulance, the principal and school leaders from Bowen State High School, members of the public. And, Mr Speaker, there were services held right throughout Dawson, the length and breadth, and they were extremely well attended. And because it was on the weekend, they were well attended by our youth as well, which says to me that our ongoing spirit of remembering and acknowledging our service personnel and our veterans, who some paid the ultimate sacrifice. They paid with their life to leave us in the fantastic country that we live. And it's also a reminder that these liberties and freedoms that we enjoy each and every day don't just come by accident. They've been hard fought for. And I'd like to name a couple of people that did help and are always there for us on the day. So Roger Hine, who's the president of the Bowen RSL, he done a fantastic job as MC of the proceedings and delivered the all-important ode. Well done to Roger. And Terry Hanson, he's the president of the NASHOs. And Terry, an outstanding Bowenite. He's been the president of the NASHOs for a long period of time, services with the Anzac Day, with Remembrance Day. But he also goes above and beyond that, and with his wife Elsa, goes out to Cunningham Villas, which is an aged care facility and who looks after a lot of veterans within our area, and they run services out there as well, and very, very well, really enjoyed by the aged care people who live in the aged care facility. Eileen Crouch, who is the president of the CWA, is always on hand to cook a nice cake and provide the ex-diggers with scones and sandwiches, and the whole CWA in Bowen do an outstanding job. Stacey Wilson, a war widow, Elf's wife, she holds court up in the corner with the legatees and the war widows, and they actually, while they have their time for commemorate, they also have a good time with their friends, and they get together and enjoy the day. Joy Hose as well, a friend of mine and a war widow. So it's Bob's wife, and he was in the military. He was in the army. Unfortunately, we lost Bob, but he was the president of the RSL in Bowen for a long period of time. So Remembrance Day is the day when the guns of the Western Front fell silent, on the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month. So originally it was Armistice Day and then moved into Remembrance Day, because at Armistice Day it was going to be the last war that we had. But unfortunately, less than a decade later, we had another world war, and we've been having conflicts ever since. Mr Speaker, there's support in both sides of this House for growing our Defence Force, and I'm certainly keen to grow our Defence Force, but I think how we need to do that is show that we value our current veterans and our current defence personnel. We need to make sure that we look after the people with PTSD. There was a lot of people in that room that had either nursed someone back physically or through their mental issues. So in order to grow our Defence Force, we need to make sure that we are doing everything we possibly can to the people that have served our country. And it's also, Remembrance Day is about a time for us to say thank you. To say thank you for those who have laid down their lives for this country so we can enjoy it as it is. And it should be beholden on all of us to make sure that we take advantage of the great liberties that they fought for, lest we forget.